the smear factor. Personal story segment tonight. Congresswoman Michele Bachmann from Minnesota appeared on MSNBC last week, a mistake, and said this.
The liberals that are Jeremiah Wright and that are Bill Ayers, they're over the top anti-American, and that's the question that Americans have. Remember, it was Michelle Obama who said she's only recently proud of her country, and so these are very anti-American views. You believe that Barack Obama may, you're suspicious because of this relationship, may have anti-American views. Otherwise, it's probably irrelevant to this discussion. So absolutely. You believe it brings in the, so you believe that Barack Obama may have anti-American views? Yeah, absolutely. I'm very concerned that he may have anti-American views.
Well, that caused a bit of controversy. Joining us now from St. Paul, Minnesota is Congresswoman Bachmann. You know, I read reports, and who knows if they're true, you can't believe anything in the press these days, that your opponent, you're running for re-election, of course, is getting all kinds of donations, like $100 grand poured in after you said that. Is that true, and do you want to... $1 million. He actually had over $1 million come in after Chris Matthews, and Speaker of the House Pelosi came to Minnesota and said she's putting in another $1 million for my opponent as well, and called me a disgrace in Congress. So that's what the Speaker has done. Now, do you want to back away from the comment on the anti-American thing? See, once you say anti-American, that's the buzzword for the loons to come out of the woodwork and say, "Oh no, I'm an American. I'm just blah 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 blah." You know, do you regret what you said? Well, I walked into a trap, Bill. You know, Chris, I was talking about Barack Obama's radical liberal views. I don't back away from that at all, because I think that his views will be very dangerous for the country. Punishing high tax rates, redistribution of wealth, that's not what we want to have in our country. So I don't back away from that. Chris Matthews, I was using the word liberal, radical liberal, and he kept talking anti-American. My problem, the trap I walked into, I repeated his word, anti-American. I shouldn't have done that, and that was my mistake. But let's define it now how you see it. If somebody is a radical leftist like William Ayers, and I think you could legitimately say that Reverend Wright falls into that category as well, are they, in your opinion, anti-American? Yes, I think they have views that are against America, very negative. And I don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't know about Wright. Wright probably coming at it from a racial point of view. Ayers, I absolutely think, is a bad American. Now, if somebody associates with them to any degree, if you associate with somebody who is anti-American, do you yourself then, by osmosis or association, become anti-American too? Well, that's not what I said. No, I know. I just want your opinion now. Right. I just want your opinion on that. Not necessarily, but it does call into question what are your thoughts and beliefs. And that's the dereliction of duty of the mainstream media, not yourself, but the mainstream media has not had any curiosity whatsoever about the fact that Barack Obama lists them as his mentors. So your point, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to speak for you, is that if you associate with somebody, you're not anti-American. However, the association needs to be more clearly defined. Yes, without a doubt. Absolutely. All right, and that's what the mainstream media has failed to do. Yeah, because they're rooting, you know, what the deal is. Now, you're ahead in your race, the latest poll, 44-33, but with $1 million, your challenger can do whatever you want. Portray 2 million. Yeah, they have 2 million extra now. Well, I don't know if Pelosi's going to be able to deliver. Chris Matthews, $1 million? Yeah. I don't know if Pelosi's going to be, but George Soros might step up. But they're going to portray you as a right-wing nut. I mean, that's what they're going to do. Michele Bachmann's a right-wing nut, and, you know, she's an extremist. That's what they're going to do. Now, anti-Americanism, to me, is hard to define. It's hard to define. The reason I say Ayers is anti-American is because he did violent acts that led to other Americans getting hurt. So I think that he is. And I think that, what's his name, the kook out in Colorado, Ward Churchill, him too. But even if you're a far left person and you dissent and you're a socialist or a communist or whatever you are, that doesn't make you anti-American, because under our Constitution we accept all political views, right? Yeah, absolutely. And that's not what I said. The implication from Chris Matthews, his twisting and spin, and then it was repeated in the echo chamber of the far left, is that I said that Barack Obama was anti-American and that people who hold radical views are anti-American. Okay, I didn't say that, but I do question those views. Okay.
final question. I have no problem with Chris Matthews. All right, I think he's okay. But why would you go on that network when that network is opposed to everything, Congresswoman, everything you stand for? NBC News opposes. So, and you're not going to get any votes over there at all because they speak to the choir. So why would you put yourself in that position?
The reason why I went on, I knew that Chris Matthews was a leftist, but I didn't know the kind of traps that he lays for people. I should have known more about that he lays a trap, but I'm not afraid to take on liberals. I'm not afraid to take on the debate with liberals. That's what Republicans need to do. We need to make the case for why we believe in free markets and free enterprise. And we've touched a nerve right now because I think the people on the Obama camp don't want the American people to know that Obama will raise taxes to punishing levels, redistribute wealth. They don't even blush when they talk about socialism or imposing the fairness doctrine or taking away the right to the secret ballot from workers. But that's their agenda, and it's not good for America.
All right, Congresswoman, good luck, and we appreciate you coming on the program. Plenty more.
So this is a character issue. You believe that Barack Obama may, you're suspicious because of this relationship, may have anti-American views. Otherwise, it's probably irrelevant to this discussion. So
Absolutely.
You believe it brings in the, so you believe that Barack Obama may have anti-American views?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very concerned that he may have anti-American views. That's what the American people are concerned about. That's why they want to know what his answers are. That's why Joe the plumber has figured so highly in the last few days.
Okay.
Because Joe the plumber, what I would say is that the news media should do a penetrating expose and take a look. I wish they would. I wish the American media would take a great look at the views of the people in Congress and find out, are they pro-America or anti-America? I think people would love to see an expose like that.